Hello and welcome to Tier Fun. I'm Andrew, your guide through Modern, and today we got incredible news for Modern. Bloodbraid Elf and Jace the Mind Sculptor have been unbanned. Yay! Honestly, I did not see that Jace unbanned coming. That was crazy. So Modern had kind of settled into a certain a lot of decks are good, but you kind of know the big players and kind of what to expect and kind of what to game plan for. Now with Bloodbraid Elf and Jace being unbanned, it just totally upsets that entire balance. And come Wednesday is when those cards become legal online. Come Wednesday, we will have a brand spanking new Modern. And honestly, I have no idea what's going to look like. I think Jund gets a whole lot better with Bloodbraid. And blue in general gets a whole lot better with Jace. Jace is honestly a one-card win condition. Brainstorm every turn until you've stabilized, and then once you've stabilized, you just Fate Seal. It's powerful enough to be used in Legacy, of course, backed up with Force of Will and whatnot, but it's going to change Modern. So I was debating, that being said, I was debating maybe not even recording until Jace becomes legal, but I don't think that's a good idea, and I think it's best to just get out a video. Maybe with a deck that might not play Jace. Now, having said that, this, I think, would obviously play Jace. I don't know if we'd run 4 Cryptics. We could probably just cut out 2 for 2 Jaces. Bringing to light into a Jace is good. Anyways, I'm kind of putting the cart before the horse here. Today I'm playing a Bring to Light Scapeshift deck. I've been actually excited to play Scapeshift for the past, I don't know, 5+ months, however long I've been doing this now. I can't believe it's been that long already. This is a card I have always liked and respected in blue shells. Scapeshift has fallen by the wayside recently, but essentially it's a 1-card combo. Well, I guess 2, because you have to combo with lands and Valakut. But Scapeshift allows you to sacrifice any number of lands and search your library for that amount of lands and put them into the battlefield at the same time. So, weird card on its face, like maybe even unplayable, you'd think. But they printed a card called Valakut. And Valakut says, basically, whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, as long as there's at least 5 other mountains, Valakut will deal 3 damage to target creature or player. So, essentially, if you get, well, I guess you need 7 mountains technically, but most people fetch and shock. So usually once you get to 7 lands, Scapeshift will kill you. Is lethal. There'll be 6 Valakut triggers and 18 damage, and usually that's good enough. Because we're running a land-centered deck, we have to run up to 26 lands, and we have a lot of ramp. Basically cards that can just get us to that requisite number of mountains without having to get to turn 7, waiting till turn 7. So our whole deck is based off of delaying and ramping. Main deck, at least. We also have a couple of spicy ones in terms of Worldly Council. It's technically Impulse. It could actually be better Impulse, and we do have access to 5 colors, but for each color of mana you have access to, you look at the top X cards, and you put one of them into your hand. It's pretty awesome, pretty great tutor, well, mini tutor, if you can run it. We have Remand, per usual, good delay card. Anger of the God is great. The reason we're not running 4 Scapeshifts is that we have 4 Bring to Lights, and Bring to Lights is essentially a better tutor, because it casts the card, but it's a 5 mana, cast any card in your deck, essentially. It has Converge, so it's equal to the amount of colors used to spend, amount of colors spent on casting it. So with this deck, we can cast, our number is 4 main deck. We try to get up to 4 colors, but we have access to all 5 colors. If post-board we want to cast something like Keranos, well, I do, and Thragtusk, which is also another good card. Of note, this is a pretty typical, some Scapeshift, Bring to Light Scapeshifts, they'll play 3 Scapeshifts. I saw a list that ran 2 that did well on MTG Top 8, so I decided to run with 2. But no decks post-board run Tarmogoyf, and that's what I'm here to test today, is Scapeshifting, post-board, when people hopefully bring out their They bring in their big counter spells, etc. They get rid of their spot removal. Then we sneak Thrag Tusks in there because no one in their right mind is going to keep Fatal Push in against Bring the Light Scapeshift. That's my game plan, anyways. We'll see how that pans out. So yeah, against harder, against probably Death Shadow, I think we're bringing this. We'll see though. Basically against anything that I think this, we might actually do it every post board just to see if it's any good. But I think you want to zig when people are zagging. So when you think someone's going to sideboard into more of a spell-based control list, this is when we want to bring in our pressure. We also have, another tutorable counterspell for pretty good with Bring to Light. Glenelendra is just a good card. You can essentially, it's a counter on a stick that you can counter 2 creature spells with Persist. We also have Search because that's just good against grindy matchups. So basically, also anything we think is going to have Blood Moon, we're probably going to swerve because Scapeshift Valakut turns into a mountain against Blood Moon. So yeah, but that's where we're at. We're kind of I want to see if we can sideboard into like a toolboxy control list or a toolboxy mid-range list, because spending 5 mana for a Kozilek's Return or an Anger of the Gods is pretty great if you're facing down lethal. Obviously, it's not great value, but you're essentially paying 2 mana to tutor and you get the 3 mana spell, so that's all right. I think Bring to Light's pretty great if you can build a deck that can reliably cast 5 mana spells. I think Bring to Light's really neat. Of note, I have not played much, if any. This is my first Scapeshift deck, so we might be we might be about to see some Scapeshift related punts. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I'm not, but it's probably gonna happen. Anyways, let's just run this bad boy in, get into some matches. All right, we're here for round 1 with Bring to Light Scapeshift. And this hand looks... I was just about to say it looks like keep. But we don't have enough lands for these tri-builders. Hilariously enough, in our 26 land deck. We have 25 lands, I guess, left in the deck. Though only 23 of those are hits because 2 of them are Valakuts. So I think we mulligan. With the Scry we keep? I think we have to bottom that, though. I guess we could keep it. This is weird. So we're keeping that just so we can have so we can cycle this remand next turn. Not ideal. This is not the ideal way to start this off. This was probably a mulligan. In fact, this is definitely a mulligan. We couldn't cast any of our spells. Most of our... Ooh, Vexing Devil has to deal us 4 damage here. Interesting. I haven't seen old Vexing in a while. It's probably just mono red burn. The 1 mana for 4 damage is pretty great rate. In our 26 land deck, we are just begging for lands. If we get a forest, though, within one of these next 2 draws from Remand and our draw step, we're actually very good spot. Oh my god, they're not going to give us anything to Remand. Please. Please. Please, 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 please. No. Land. Oh no. This hand's so good. Look at it. Look at how good this is. I don't think we Remand a Lightning Bolt. They have 6 cards in hand that are good. Potentially 7 if they didn't draw land this turn. We will Remand this Lava Spike. Hopefully taking their entire turn. Oh my god. It did. Please, 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 everyone. Please. Please send out the land vibes right here. We need those good land vibes. Land. Fetch land. Oh, this hand's so good. Look at all these good cards we can't cast. Do we have to discard here? No, we don't. Of note, hopefully There was a comment recently said that sure, this one resolves. God, we're so dead here. They have 7 burn cards in hand. Yep. Hopefully I've resized everything enough that my camera isn't covering my hand. Good sweet God, that doesn't even help. That doesn't even help. So that needed to be a forest. We could have Kodama's reached. Yep. Lava Spike gets us. We're just going to die a very, very sad death. This is so sad. Oh, Remand, good. What do we discard? I think Scapeshift is the worst card we have here. Sorry, Search for Tomorrow. Scapeshift's pretty close, though. Oh god, they drew a second land. Maybe their hand is full of Eidolons. We can just remand it. 2 mana burn spell, 2 mana burn spell. Lavamancer, we let resolve. Because I'm pretty sure they have another 1 mana burn spell I would like to burn. Well, maybe not. Both bolted though. Their hand could all be entirely full of Grim Lavamancers, too. I guess they would have played one, so it's not entirely full of it. Why, God, why? Oh, this is so tilting. It's 100% my fault, too. That's the worst part, is that I kept it. Is that I was the one who kept it. So the fact that they don't have another... Interesting. We'll remand this because we just really need a card draw. We need a forest. The fact that they didn't have another 1 mana burn spell last. Oh, look at the taunts. The sick, sick taunts from our deck. Our deck really and truly hates us. Forest. We have so many. We have so many forests. Yeah, that makes sense. That one makes sense. The worst part is we're dead. We're just 100% dead here. We need to get up to 8 lands, so we need to draw a forest. This needs to be that Sith Firewalker, and then they need to have a 1. They didn't have a 1 mana burn spell before. I think we just bolt this rather than lightning. I guess no, we snap bolt. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, we could save this for remand. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Dealing 2 damage to them isn't, I think, going to be worth as much as remanding their next spell in terms of, of course. Yes, right on time. In terms of survival. So yeah, I promise you there are a lot of forests in this deck. Mostly forests, actually, because it's a pretty green-centered deck. We're just freaking drawing every possible wrong card we can draw on camera. Opponent, no 4-drops in hand? What is opponent playing? Probably thinking the same thing for... Ugh, we can't even cast it. Alright, well at least we have an easy discard. Nope. Skullcrack, sure. Skullcrack. Well, we will remand it. But we are just dead. I bet this is a forest. This is our forest right here. No, thank God. Actually, I probably should have discarded Tribe Elder. Just so they know what we're playing, so that our swerve... Okay, yep. We're dead. Our swerve works. Searing Blood here would be the absolute greatest rub-in. Searing Blaze works too. That would have killed us anyways, though. Searing Blood wouldn't have killed us without the Snapcaster. Alright, well, Mono red burn. So let's bring in our life gain, our counter spells, our Tarmogoyfs, and our dispels. Oh, let's bring out our worst and slowest cards. Honestly, I think Cryptic Command is a little bit too clunky. I think we can bring out one Scapeshift. Just to have, we'll keep one in just as a win condition. Bringing in 9 cards. We're really swerving. We're swerving big time on these guys. I think Remand is also pretty medium. I'm happy with having access to both sweepers. They seem to be pretty creature heavy, or at least interestingly creature heavy. Is a Charm does enough. We could also sideboard out a few lands. But I think we're all right on that. It's essentially a 24 mana land base with just 2 Valakuts. And you do want to have the appropriate amount of red sources too. So if we sideboarded out our mountains, we'd maybe Cascade Bluffs or something. I think this is fine though. We can bring to light for Thragtusk of note because of this white source in Sacred Foundry. I think we're good here. Yeah, that's a mulligan. All right, keeping this one. I think we're just getting a forest here, so it doesn't really matter what we keep on top. Forest Search for Tomorrow, turn 2 Tarmogoyf. Red decks, especially mono red decks, usually don't have an answer for a gold Goyfo, so I think that's pretty much where we want to be. We got a forest, also where we want to be. All in all, happy. Playing a sorcery here would be awesome for us. Okay, sweet. Now Tarmogoyf is unboltable. Glenalandra is going to be nice here with our ramp. I really do appreciate the ramp in this deck. We have to play it like this to save our life total. Just, unfortunately didn't draw forest last game. I think if anywhere in our top 3, maybe 4 cards were forest, I think we win that game. Okay, so next turn we're getting down our suspended search for tomorrow. I think we're gonna get a forest with that. We could also get an island. We could also just go straight up the mountains, and because with the mountain, okay, they're gonna double bolt us. That's great. So Tarmogoyf just gained us 6 life. That's pretty great. So yeah, I think we just need an island here. Could also get a forest. It's close. Could also get the swamp. I don't hate the swamp. Let's get the swamp for Bring to Light. It's a mountain. We're gonna play this tapped. I don't want to play Glenalandra without having access to the counterspell. It could be that we just want to play it there and just let it be a 2/2 blocker for whatever nonsense our opponent's up to. Yeah. Now this becomes a 2/2. It's not so bad. This would have been a pretty good blocker, though. Bring to Light. Okay. So, because this Firewalker can get out of control, we actually need this Glenelendra to block, hilariously enough. This was the maximum punishment card for us. I think almost any other card they play were better to save Glenelendra. But we did see it game 1, so maybe it was correct to just run it out there. Let it eat a burn spell. Looks like it's about to eat one anyways. Okay. So now we're not blocking it. We're just going to let this thing grow out of control. No reason to chump. Okay, we will, however, rid ourselves of that. So we're looking for a Bring to Light here. Lightning Bolt's good too, just to get rid of this Firewalker. That's the only pressure they have. Thragtusk I would accept as well. Come on, dealer. One time, dealer. Let's not lose to this deck. Okay. Draw 2, discard 2. Sure. I think we might actually need to save it to counter a spell. Though finding a Goyf would be pretty good. Alright, talk myself into it. And there she blows. Maximum paid off. We have to block this. Whatever nonsense it could be. We can't let this thing keep growing. Okay. Tarmogoyf doing work. Scapeshift. I think this means we can attack. Pretty good card. If you can ever get around to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, opponent. What do you have for Thragtusk? How the tables have turned. 16-18. At this point, we are feeling, or I feel, extraordinarily comfortable. They're top decking and we're top decking, and our deck is full of expensive spells that either interact with their game plan or just straight up win the game. We're also cracking in for 9 next turn if we want to, which we might. Opponent can get in for 3, 4 next turn. Yeah, we're blocking that for sure. This is actually the best for us because we're winning this race currently. Well, turns out Tarmogoyf, good magic card. If they had access to white, and I was convinced they would potentially sideboard in a Path to Exile, I might actually bring out the Tarmogoyfs. I could put Remand back in and go to more of a Scapeshift only strategy. Let's see what this is. 3 mana. I'm actually kind of concerned. Oh, okay. Rip Bolt, sure. Let's see if they attack again. I don't think they do. Opponent doing their best to nice. Nice. are doing their best to stem the tide, but this game is over. So they block here. Yeah, they're not even going to block. I was going to say they block here and they allow themselves 3 draws. And that's not enough. This should essentially get a concession. Does not. We're still in it. Sweet. Alright, well that is lethal. Two to you. 2 to you. Bingo bongo, bingo. Wingo wongo, wingo. Uh-oh. We got a spell here. Oh, they're bolting us. Alright. They survive the Ravager. We won't show them. Still had all these, though. Which way do you plan on blocking? Oh, you do not. Okay. That's understandable. Win 1 for Scapeshift. Okay. We finally got there. Alright, I think I'll keep it as is. Yeah. Remand doesn't seem too bad. Maybe we want Remand over something like Worldly Council, just because it does something. Worldly Council is great at digging for our 1 card, or a good. Well, maybe that's the reason to keep it in. I think I value the delay, though. And I think I also value Remanding over maybe Supreme Will. Do I? I think so. I think we do want to keep our interaction in. And for that reason, I think we're also better off with the Remand over Farseek. Do we want the 4th Remand? I mean, we could go over Kodama's Reach, since we're not necessarily trying to ramp out onto a turn 4 or 5 Scapeshift. It's kind of just there. Everything else is either really cheap. Yeah, I kind of like that, actually. Okay, I think this is a better sideboard against Burn. It could be that, actually, yeah. I think the first Supreme Will is better than the 4th Remand. So I think I would have switched it around just a little bit. This is a great hand, too. Any hand with Tarmogoyf is a great hand. Come on, Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt isn't even that good here. Okay. So we'll probably need to shock next turn. So we could shock now for engineered explosives on 1. I think I like that. We could also not shock and not play engineered explosives, so we don't have to shock again next turn to play a Tarmogoyf. We're probably playing Tri-Belder anyways, so I think we want to conserve life, which means, oh, this is actually kind of rough because we could play Valakut. I think we want access to green next turn. I think this gives us the most outs. Okay, up note, we could have, let's keep in mind, we could have an engineered explosives at 17. Okay. So we can take 4. if I'd played the Engineered Explosives, they probably didn't even play the Vexing Devil. I think we take 4 here. So they don't have another spell to play. I like that. Untapped land, untapped land. Okay, they're on 1. Ooh, dispel. All right, well, I'm gonna rely on our tribe. So our mana base is really giving us the business right now. But we shouldn't have to shock ourselves again. And if opponent was to play another 1-drop, if they were to play Vexing Devil here, we would not take the 4. Because we just Engineer Explosives. Okay. We do not take the 4. So we block and then sacrifice for, I assume, a swamp or something. Swamp seems good. Could also do it for a mountain. 1, 2, 3. But I think we'd rather have the Bring to Light. So, yep, get our swamp. Tarmogoyf's going to be huge next turn. Let's just play the Valakut here. Well, let's just pop this. I guess we could wait. No real reason not to. We'll wait until combat. And I think Valakut's actually the right play here. And then from here, we also don't have to take Vexing Devil damage, because I do believe our Tarmogoyf will be big enough to block it. Once opponents played more cards, and once we've played this Dispel. Magma Jet, sure. This doesn't change anything that we want to do. We'll just see how they scry. Bottom, top, okay. Wait for combat. Obviously, if we blow it too early, they could just play another hasty 1-drop. So let's not do that. Okay. Ooh, Remand is good too. We'll play this tapped. Green, almost tapped out of my Dispel and Remand accidentally. So 1, 2, 3. We can Scapeshift next turn. Does that do enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it doesn't. We need another land to activate it. I think I'm remanding pretty much anything here. We're not in threat of dying. Even if they have 3 lightning bolts, we're at 1. And then we would Scapeshift. Actually, I guess we could Bring to Light for oh, interesting. Did we just remand this? I think so. We can Dispel it next time down. So now they have to do what they were going to do with that bolt. Ooh, Grim. Okay. Grim's interesting. Let's see what we draw. Let's see what we draw. Another Remand. So we could Bring to Light for... We only have have access to 4 mana, so we can bring to light for a Huntmaster. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can keep the spell up if we shock. We could also just keep up for mana to end a spell, which I think is actually going to be pretty good. So yeah, we'll wait another turn. Keep Tarmogoyf back. I suppose we could attack. Yeah, let's attack. Because they're not attacking. If they have a haste creature, this is bad. We know their hand is Searing Blaze, which comboed with the Grim Lavamancer kills Tarmogoyf. Let's see what they do. We want Tarmogoyf to soak up as many of their burn spells as possible. Interesting. So they don't have a creature, that's great. Okay, cool. Lightning Bolt, also good. So I think this means we attack. They're planning on grimming us with a block. Ooh, no, they're not. Weird. Very weird. Okay. So they grim my life total here? I guess that's their game plan. Which means I should have bolted. If I'm going to bolt anyways, which I guess I am. Skullcrack, we will remand. Actually, no. Let's just, let's dispel Skullcrack. Because we do want to gain some life. Alright, and we're going to bolt whatever this happens to be. I assume it's going to be at our life total. Yeah. So we're at 8. Opponent has 3 cards in hand, one of which is a Searing Blaze. Trying to figure out. I think we're priced into because our life total is so low. Ooh, do we remand this? I think so. Because our life total is so low, I think we want to bring to light for a. We're gonna let this resolve. We're also not gonna take 4 from it because that's way too low. So we know their hand is Searing Blaze and 2 unknowns. I think we need to get some life gain down here. Okay. Yeah, so let's bring to light for Huntmaster. So I don't think we have a basic Plains. If we had a basic Plains, I would get the Thragtusk here. Do we not have a sorcery? Oh wow, this is actually, yeah, it's gonna be good. Red, black, green, blue, blue. So now we get to attack too, but I don't think we will. Huntmaster's good. Ooh, so is Glenelendra. So is Anger. I think we want Huntmaster though. Huntmaster's too strong. We get to attack him with Tarmogoyf now, which I do believe we do. Up to 10. So we're doing the grind thing. You know, actually, I'm I'm coming away very impressed with Bring to Light just as a tutor. It is expensive, but it's actually pretty good value in this list. Alright, so opponent was debating if they wanted to spend a spell. They do not. So this is going to be the Searing Blaze, I believe, which we do dispel. Ooh. I suppose we dispel this anyways. Yeah. So Searing Blaze gets one of our creatures now, but that's okay. We'll double block. No, I will single block. If we draw a mountain here, okay, ooh, that's quite a good draw. Snapcaster lets us flip back our Huntmaster. We can also snap Dispel. Yeah, I think that was ball game. Snapcaster Mage still a good Magic card. This is probably a matchup where we actually I don't even know if we want to get rid of Scapeshift here. Let's see what this one is. Shard Valius, sure. So their last card is Searing Blaze. Unfortunate, we don't get to flip our Huntmaster. Vexing Devil. Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking if I wanted to remand it or not. No, we don't want to take 4 damage. Opponent attacks, we block. They go to Searing Blaze us, we dispel it. That sounds like a good trade. And then we win on the backswing because of they have to block this. I guess we could also snap both them to 3. They have to Searing Blaze us down here. And then we have just 2 attackers. Yeah, I think we just block. And then we snap all that. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. So they could Searing Blaze us here, but we're fine. We found the line. Get rid of the blocker and then attack. Attack for 7. GG, well played. Alright, so match 1's in the books against Mono Red Burn. Yep. I like how they burnt our Snapcaster because it was the one that did the damage to them. Interesting. I think we could... No, we can't. I was thinking if we could get off the old lethal Valakut here, but no. Not enough access to mana. Okay, so that was cool. Didn't get the Scapeshift, but we got to be like a weird Bring to Light toolbox list, which I found janky enough to be awesome. Alright, so let's get back to... Let's go to match number 2. Pa! Okay, we are back for match number 2 with Bring to Light Scapeshift. This hand looks fine. We get 2 ramp spells, Bring to Light, and Energy Explosives if we're playing against an aggressive deck. And we'll keep this. Debating if we just want to run this out on 1. Kind of think so. If it's Death Shadow, well, he's got a Gideon. I don't want it to get stripped from my hand. But if it's Death Shadow... Alright, we're just going to play it on 1. I think it's good to play it on 1. Bit of a meta call. It's also, we are weakest to 1-drops this hand, so I'm fine with that. Let's get an island for this old Sakura Tribe Elder. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. 4 booms. The 4 booms of Tribe Elders. So opponent might be on Storm, blue, red, something or other. This is the day before Jace, so they don't have Jace. Of note, I do think we would find room for at least 1 Jace in here. Probably just cut it for 1 Cryptic, maybe 2 and 2 though. They're gonna fetch that, so we don't need to get them to 18. We don't really have anything we're doing though, so we might as well attack. Who knows, opponent just, for some reason, might not have any attackers or blockers forever. And we might just get there. So we're going to Kodama's Reach. I'm assuming this gets countered. Looks like my assumption is correct. No, not getting countered. You got this, opponent. Cast Evermand, and/or Mana Leak, and/or Logic Knot. Sure. Logic Knot gets this. I do not want to pay 1 for Logic Knot. You got me. See if opponent taps out here. I don't think we want to bring to light for anything. Ooh, okay, so Jeskai. What do we have? Oop, oop. We have pre-board, really nothing. It's just 3 mana as well. We could get Swamp. I think we're good just trucking along with this Tribe Elder. Force our opponent to attempt to deal with it at least. We're also kind of looking for them to tap out so we can bring to light them. They have access to Cryptic now. So we're just going to keep attacking for as long as we can. Hilariously enough, the little 1/1 that could. Hiya. I'm just an old elder, an old tribe elder from the Sakura tribe. Don't worry about me. I'm just getting in there to the red zone, you know. Back in my day, the red zone was a sacred place. Ooh, about to die. I will 100% remand this. That's right. I just protected a Sakura Tribe Elder. My goal is to... I think they're trying to, empty their hand. They didn't care about taking damage. So now we can still attack, and I think I will. See if they shock. No, they don't. Okay. I really want them to play that freaking Electrolyze. They're not going to, though, on their main step. Okay, Supreme Will. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 1 mana away from playing it. 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, with backup. So let's see if they go for it. Could also counter the Electrolyze. Nah, I think we're just looking for interaction. So we'll let this Electrolyze resolve. Actually, you know what? We're gonna... No, yeah, we'll let it resolve. Get a swamp. Now this can go off. If we draw a land and they only have one counterspell, we win. So there's that. I'm gonna bolt their face. Can't wait to sideboard this card out. Okay, so I think we go for it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see if it's a cryptic. Snapcaster Logic Knot. Oh, we might have it. Actually, we can pay for it too. So they have to, hilariously enough, they have to actually tap this. So, yep. So yeah, I think we just win here. We don't even have to show them Supreme Will. So we pay for it. Yes. Scapeshift resolves, and we just get there. We got there by playing lands. We didn't even need to protect ourselves. Make sure to click on Scapeshift. Make sure to cast Scapeshift. Let us sacrifice our lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we can keep this here. We'll go for 7. 7 is 6. Yeah, okay. So Valakut, and then all of our mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 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 no. A 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could have got 2 Valakuts there because we had enough, but yeah, obviously, opponent wanted to make sure we knew how to do it, and we did. Thankfully, we could have punted there. We definitely could have. So against Counterspell.deck, I think this is the package we are looking for. Tarmogoyfs might be good too. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Kind of tempted. I think we're just alright against them. I'm tempted to bring in the Goyfs, but I don't think we need to. Remand seems fine. Cryptic seems good. Worldly Council seems good too. Anger seems bad. That would have been hilarious to leave in. Lightning Bolt seems kind of medium as well. We could go down on them. They could. We didn't see if they have any. What's her names? Spell Quellers? Haha! This is great against Spell Queller, but we're not really a Lightning Bolt deck, even though we do have them in there. So I think we can actually go down on them. I like this. I like this a lot, actually. Because I think we just do it. I think we just do our thing better than they do their thing. They can't afford to spend counter spells on our ramp. Wow. Sam seems great. Yeah, we'll keep. And then we can actually just remand our own spells, which is where we are at with our remands in this matchup, I do believe. Another Search for Tomorrow, that's cool. So if they're the aggressive Geist list, they might get us here. But if they're just the Jeskai control list, I think this is a good matchup. We'll see, though. We'll see. Tap out. Nope. Huh. I think we just suspend more Search for Tomorrows here. We don't give them a chance to use their mana. Look at the mana. What is this? This is like a turn... No, I guess it's only a turn 4 Karanos, but it's still pretty good. It might also be it might be close to being a turn 4 Karen. No, it's not. It's not going to be. It's a turn 5 Karanos with Cryptic backup, though, which we might be in the market for. So if opponent has a remand or something, this is a pretty tasty target. They do not. We have enough for Cryptics, so we'll just get this swamp here. And let's just jam the old Tribe Elder. Valakut is actually... Ooh, okay. That's good. That's the only card I think that is good against us. Actually, that would have been good against our remands. But because we have so much ramp, that doesn't really matter. We could be in the market for just a natural... Actually, we would have been low on basics if this had resolved. We might just be on the natural Valakut plan. So I think Karanos is where we're wanting to be. I'm going to play this Karanos with Cryptic backup, so help me God. Cast this one. We have a mountain here, so we should probably keep our mountains in the deck. So let's get a forest. So we have 6, 7 mana here. Let's get another... I guess we can get an island here. Ooh, Dispel. Okay, that changes things. Click. Suppose we can counter this. This actually kind of sucks. We have to counter it because we want to keep this Karanos. Supreme Will, good draw. That allows us to do something on their turn. If we draw land next turn, we have Supreme Will and Dispel back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we don't. We don't have that. I'm kind of wishing we had more large haymakers. So we're going to Supreme Will. I think Scapeshift just wins the game here. They need 2 counterspells. We'll get a Cryptic though, that's fine. So 3, 6, 7, 8 mana. All right, do you have 2 counter spells? We're going for it. Wow, okay. All right. I can't believe they didn't even have a counterspell. Maybe they have negates and stuff, and this just totally sidestepped it. It also sidesteps Spell Queller. Let's see if they have Spell Queller here. No, just a Helix. We'll let that resolve. They might be trying to burn us out, but that's going to be hard to do with this Dispel in my hand. I suppose if they have a handful of, if they have another Helix and 2 Snapcasters, that might do it. Gideon, interesting. Kind of wish we did blow off one of these Dispels now. That's not going to work the way you want it to. So they should have a 2/2. This is actually pretty great for us. So opponent forgot about Summoning Sickness, which happens, you know. It does. Don't judge opponent too harshly, especially with Planeswalkers. Okay, so we get to. I assume this means we bolt Gideon. I guess they're also. No, it's the +1. I guess they're also trying to get out of double bolt range. So we can redirect Gideon. Sure, I think that's where we want to be. I do wish we had bolts, though. Okay. So now we're going to tap this hilariously. Tap, draw, and then protect it. We'll see what happens here, because we can actually absorb a hit. I prefer not to. Ooh, this lot. Ooh, Cryptic Command? This is great. Could also be Logic Knot, I suppose. Okay, so let's just get this one. Could also remand it. I don't dislike remanding it. Then we can dispel it next turn. I like, yeah, let's draw some cards. Okay. Ooh, we get to Worldly Council. That's pretty awesome. Impulse. Glenelendra, yes please. Ooh, and we get rid of Gideon. Awesome. So it was a little loose to use that remand, but obviously it paid off, and I think it was also the right. Let's not tap out of that. Let's make our opponent think of as many things as possible. Yeah, now I'm feeling pretty great against this blue-white, this Jeskai list. Glenelendra is so good against their deck, and so is Karanos. We have another remand, which is bonkers against their. I suppose we remand this. Could also dispel it. Nah, let's just counter it. They kept in paths. It's so bad against us. So this is the thing I've run into with this list. People have been keeping in their removal spells, I think, because they assume we have prime time. Oh wow, they really care about this. I think we dispel this. I think they're trying to land a planeswalker, and that's my read here. Ooh, bring to light, sweet. I think we just won. So let's commence the winning. 3 colors, 4 colors, 5 mana. If it's not, I guess we get to remand it. I was gonna say if it is a spell queller, this gets us, but we do have remand. Okay. Yep, we win. So yeah, that's I kind of went off on a tangent there and didn't finish it. But what I've noticed recently is that this deck used to be played a lot more 6 months to a year ago, and it was more of a known quantity. But I don't think anyone knows what we're up to. They assume when they see Valakut or Scapeshift now that there is a creature. There's Titans in there that they need to be dealing with. We don't have those. We're creatureless. So what I thought was actually an awesome swerve sideboard strategy, I think like every deck I played against before, I try to get some reps in this because Scapeshift is punt worthy. So I got like I recorded the intro, and then I was like, no, you should really play some. You should really play some of these. So I've played like 3 matches before recording so far, and every single time I swerved, people kept in terminate and they kept in path. So I do think that this Tarmogoyf plan against someone who knows what you're up to is still very, very, very good. But I don't know if there's enough players out there right now that know that we're creatureless. They assume there's Titans in here. So I think maybe we want to, I don't know, change these up for something else. Which is a shame because they're just so phenomenally good when people take out their paths and their pushes. I got a Tarmogoyf Fatal Push post board, which I don't know, it set me off. But yeah, let's get in for round 3. That's a little bit of an aside. Let's get back to bring the Light Scapeshift. All right, we're here for the last round. This might be a rematch, says the opponent. This is a great hand. We're keeping it. I don't know if this is a rematch or not. X Flyer X isn't... Well... That does actually sound familiar. Well, we'll see if it's a rematch or not. Suspend the good old search for tomorrow. So 2 lands from now, we'll get 2 games from now, we'll get a land. Ooh. 2 games from now, 2 turns from now, we'll get a land. Come on, Andrew, keep it together. Against the Aether Vial deck, I think we want access to Lightning Bolt. Question is, yeah, we also want access to blue mana. One of these can get a swamp, so let's get the Steam Vents. Boom, boom. So, judging from Razorverge Thicket and Aether Vial, we're looking at a green-white taxes list. Could just be green-white beatdowns. also, let's see what they name. Human. Okay, well, it's humans. That solves that problem. We're saving this. We don't need to land right away. Sure, we'll get the swamp. We'll Kodam as reach for this guy. Up to 2 basic. Is it tapped? Okay, if it's tapped, I think we might have wanted to. Yeah, it's tapped. Oh well. No, we get to play it here. We get to play it here. We're doing all right. So let's get a mountain and a forest. Onto the battlefield, tap the forest, and we'll play the mountain for the turn. So that means we get the bolt still. Kodama's reach is bonkers. Okay, so they don't have a 1-drop. If it's humans, as long as they don't name Bring to Light here, we're all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana next turn. Okay. They're searching for something. I don't know what though. 2-drop, I suppose. They're probably looking for Meddling Mage. If I have played this person, they know what we're up to, but I don't think we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. It should be enough, right? No, it just puts them to 18. Oh, this is 19. Yeah, that should be enough. 1, 2, 2, 3. Search. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh no, we tapped the swamp. Okay, we have to wait a turn. I'm playing this deck very, very poorly in spots. We'll get an island for Cryptic command. Pass the turn. So this is a deck that rewards tight, focused play, and that was a very loose, unfocused line right there. This is a very atypical humans draw, though. This is turn 4 for them. They haven't. The only thing they've added to the board is an Aether Vial. So next turn we can bring to life for how many mana? 3, 6, 8. So we can get 2 Valakuts and just go off. Opponent is waiting here. I mean, that's our line. Okay. I guess they were either they didn't realize they had priority, or they were really deciding if they wanted to flash in a 2-drop or if they'd prefer to not keep it on 2. Freebooter. Sure. Just means we have to bolt Freebooter. If they take our bolt, so be it. They could also take Worldly Council, I suppose. That's an option. I don't see it happening. Sorry, that was actually... I expected this to resolve quickly, so I was taking a pause there, but then it didn't. So the pause ended up being a little bit longer then. That is television ready. Pauses are not good. So Opponent either takes our Bring to Light and then we bolt this freebooter, or they take our bolt and then we cast Bring to Light. There's no way we don't end up casting Bring to Light. Unless they have a 1-drop discard spell for this Bring to Light, or they have a 3-drop discard spell for this Bring to Light somehow. This could be, I suppose, a Vendilion Click, which could get us. But if this is a humans list, which it seems like it is, then I don't know if that's what's going to get. I don't know if that's a card that's there. I guess we'll get the search for tomorrow. Any order, bolt, freebooter. Cast Bring to Light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Grab Scapeshift, cast Scapeshift. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basic Mountain is 6. I guess we'll just get rid of all of them. Valakut. And then we can get 6 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that all? Sorry. I've lost my track. I've lost track. Okay. Alright, let's undo. I think I accidentally clicked on a Watery Grave and not a Valakut. Okay, so take 2. Valakut. Stomping Ground. Steam Vents. Sacred Foundry. Mountain. Cinderglade. Breeding Pool. And for some reason, that didn't click on all of those. Okay. We got there. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. All right. That would have been quite embarrassing to have messed that one up, but we didn't. We came close. We didn't. Against this humans list, I think Scapeshift. Well, they're gonna have freebooters and meddling mage. So I think I probably want to say Bon Voyage to Scapeshift and say hello to Tarmogoyfs and the like. Cozies. Staticaster's probably fine too. I think they have enough X1s. Let's see what we can get in there. So Scapeshift. Maybe we'll cut down some of our ramp. Well, I guess if we're cutting down all of Scapeshift, we will. Cutting down on ramp seems very good, and lands. So we can cut down on both Valakuts. Valakut seems... Nah, I think cutting down on both Scapeshifts is wrong. We'll get one there. Cryptics seems pretty medium. Remand also seems kind of medium against their Aether Vials and their whatnots. Let's see. Let's see how this looks. So if we get rid of all of our permission, essentially, we have one Remand, which we could just trade out for the second Scapeshift, A search for Escanta is probably better than a remand. Yeah, sure. Kind of like the way this looks. We have a Scapeshift win, and we're just a Bring to Light tutor list. We'll see. We'll see what opponent does. If it is just the humans list, I like going down on Scapeshifts and going up on Tarmogoyfs and the like. Ooh, what a great hand. Trade out a Bring to Light and a Scapeshift for 2 lands. I love this. Love this land. But, you know, there's no lands here, so we can't keep it. Being able to tutor up tutoring is just so powerful in Magic, and I really like it. I'm becoming a big fan of Bring to Light in this video series. We'll mulligan this. Opponent kept 6. That's unfortunate. I guess we can keep this, especially with the Goyf on top. Okay, champion the parish. Opponent's going to be very quick. Let's lead on... I guess we want to hide our Valakuts, so let's lead on... Stomping Ground tapped. Double Horizon Canopy. I assume they drew this Aether Vial for the turn. Okay. We're in a pickle. We're in a pickle. Well, this makes our Tarmogoyf bigger. So that's where we're at. Island's fine. Yeah. So they can still attack through us here. And Champion's putting a big time clock on us. This Tarmogoyf could... Well, I guess it would have been a remand or something. I'm much happier with the Tarmogoyf here than a remand. But Scapeshift is looking better than Tarmogoyf. Alright, opponent is... I guess they have plenty of lands here with this Hierarch. So I think this is probably... Usually, like, the turn 1 champion and Aether Vial and Noble Hierarch draws. Like, this is a very good draw for our opponent. Ooh, a double champion. That's even better. We kind of need an Anger of the Gods next turn, or bust. And assuming they don't have another human here. Looks like they do. Phantasmal Image for Champion of the Parish. Woo! Getting in 5. I guess 6. Oh, they went for Noble Hierarch. I think that's actually a better line. So here... We're definitely playing Tribe Elder. And passing. Opponent asking if I changed my deck in sideboarding, I guess. And that is information that I'm not giving them. So, as long as it's not lethal, well, let's see how they attack. Mantis Rider. Yeah, Mantis Rider's gonna get us. Bump Pump. We're dead in 2 turns here. So we might as well... Yeah, I think we're okay with this. Get a island for Cryptic. Ooh. If I'd gotten Swamp there, does that do it? So we're definitely bring to lighting here. I think we'd have to do it this way anyways. Red for Anger the Gods. Just hope they don't have another Mantis Rider. We have to chump, so we're still in a very, very bad spot. But we have survived. We have survived. Oh, opponent drawing. Mantis Rider doesn't kill us. I mean, we're on a 2-turn clock anyways. But I think we are just dead. So yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Well, it's 100% humans. I think Keranos, I guess, is probably too slow. The thing is, I think we just really need we need a sweeper, and we need lightning. We need to have a lightning bolt in the opening hand for sure, or a sweeper. Search is probably too slow. This is also counts. On the play, I think Remand is okay. Is it better than any of these ramp spells? That I don't know. It's better than these islands. Probably. I don't know. I don't know. It's close. It's close. Cryptic does buy us time, so I guess we probably want some amount of them. No, I think this is all right. It could be that I want to sideboard some remands for lands. I would love to play first. Yeah, his hand looks a whole lot better. Snapcaster for Bolt as well. So, I suppose this is Forest Search for tomorrow. Pass a turn. Bolt Snap Bolt's going to really help us. We have to shock, unfortunately, but that's okay. I think any of the 1-drops here we have to get rid of, especially Champion. Search for Escanta is actually a decent draw. Our mana base is giving us a whole lot of trouble here. Looks like opponent might have wanted to cast... Oh, no, okay. They were floating black. Okay, here it is. Freebooter is pretty good here. You can get Search or Bring. We can Snapcaster it away, but that means our next turn does have to be Snapcaster. I think Search for Escan is what they want to be getting rid of. Yeah. So I think we need a forest here so we can cast Bring to Light or Scapeshift if we draw it. I suppose we're just on the Bring to Light plan though. We have the swamp and the island. We only need one island. Yeah, let's get another forest. Tribe Elder's good. we will not shock because we don't need that. I suppose we do want it though. Do we want to cast it next turn? We'll have 5 lands plus. Yeah, this is probably going to get a sweeper, so I think we do want to cast it next turn. We don't want this to get out of hand. Their draw. So this is, I think the first one will get a sweeper, and hopefully we stabilize from there. We'll take 1. There's a chance there's something worse they play, I suppose. Meddling Mage. Oh man, I'm so low. I'm literally out of water. That's all I can think about is water. Water! I don't need it. So you're kind of seeing the two sides of humans when they have their unobstructed Champions of Paris draw. Very, very hard deck to beat. Ooh, they have another freebooter. Freebooter makes this interesting. No, not casting it. Meddling Mage. So we can do one of two things here. Meddling Mage is going to shut down either Search or Bring to Light. What would we rather have? I guess Bring to Light is going to get us Anger the Gods. I think just the fact that they're going to... This is not a trigger, right? Yeah, so we have to cast it before. So they can get our Search. Or Bring to Light, one of the two. They can't get both. Okay, there's the Bring to Light. We're gonna jam Search here. I suppose also, well, let's attack. I think it's okay to play Tribe Elder over Secure or Search for Tomorrow. We get to get into more damage that way. So Search for Escanta is huge here, and of the two, I mean, Bring to Light is probably the card you name, but having access to Search is so good for us because we have actual Scapeshift, we have the actual cards we can draw into. Bring to Light just makes it so we can tutor for them right now. Okay, we don't care about this. They get our Search, but so be it. Search for Escansa, search for Tomorrow. I should stop calling it Search. So we block here. What do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose another island wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I'll put Stomping Ground in the graveyard. And we could play this Misty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nah, I guess we will play it. I was thinking we might be able to flip our Search for Escanta, but we cannot. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. Not sure what they're up to. Okay. So they can get in for 3 or for 2. Ooh, Meddling Mage. Another Meddling Mage. Oh, okay, not a Meddling Mage. So we very much need this search to hit. Might as well attack with both. We're going to block just so we can flip our search for Escanta. But we need a sweeper like next turn. Breeding pool, I suppose. Thragtusk. Ooh. I think Thragtusk might actually just be fine. Okay, so yeah, because we can't actually cast a sweeper because I have not been fetching reds, so that answers that question. So another Thalia's Lieutenant would be huge. No profitable attacks still, but that means we can't anger the gods they're bored away. So this breeding pool should be a red source so we can anger. Another freebooter. Or opponent tapped wrong. One of the two. I guess this could be Anafenza. Anafenza would be very annoying. Sin Collector. Okay. Well, that means this Bring to Light is gone forever. Oh god, another. Oh, that's huge. Oh no, it's Thalia. It's Thalia. It's not our lieutenant. Whew. Ooh-wee. That would have been very bad. So they get in for 3. Yeah, I think we've been Valakut here. Maybe not. It is a red source. No, I think we do. I think just activating search every turn is too good. Speaking of, let's just cast this for a mountain. Okay, so opponent has an incredible board state. They have plenty of ways to. They have at least 3 plus however many phantasmal images they have left. So probably at least 7, anywhere from 5 to 7 outs. Counter spells are no longer any good. Thankfully, we don't have any. This search for Escanta needs to start hitting stuff, and it can't be Ring to Light. Just a lightning bolt would be fine. Mantis Rider here? Okay. Yep. Thalia actually makes this very hard, because that means our Bring to Light costs 1 more if we get it, and the spell we cast off of Bring to Light is 1 more as well. Alright, so I'm sensing an all-out attack here. Which means we have to block the Thalia's Lieutenant. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're at 1. This costs 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Anger of the Gods is still live, so I think Supreme Will is where we want to be. It has to be Anger of the Gods next turn. It has to be. So this does the same thing for top 4. And this is top 4, so they do the same thing. So, and after activating one, we can't activate the other profitably. So, yeah, game over. All right, they got us. Humans seems like a not necessarily a rough matchup. Like, we have main deck Anger and Engineered Explosives pretty much just for that list. We also have a Kozilek's Return in the sideboard, Tarmogoyf and Thragtusk and Huntmaster and even Keranos. Like, all these cards, and Search as well. Like, all these cards are very good, but we have to draw them. And we did not. We did not. But yeah, anyways, let's bring to Light Scapeshift. In the Jace metagame, which is going live tomorrow, I think I would just put one Jace, maybe two Jaces over these two Cryptics. I think it's just too good. Bring to Lighting for Jace is pretty awesome. Honestly, we could also play old Bloodbraid as well. If Bloodbraid. If we threw Bloodbraid, like Bring to Lighting into Bloodbraid. Wow, that's gonna be hard to say. I gotta practice for that for tomorrow. Bring to Lighting into Bloodbraid is kind of cool. It's a different deck, but we wouldn't be able to main deck this Engineered Explosives, or probably this Anger of the Gods. Now I'm looking at it, or these Remands. But I think if you're playing Bloodbraid and Temur, this is a little bit of advice for the eventual Bloodbraid Temur list that we'll be running. We want to be run more Is It Charms if we're looking for counterspells. Any modular counterspell. Supreme Will, I think it's better too. Anything that if we Bloodbraid into it, there's still good value. Like being able to deal with a creature, or just draw 2, discard 2 is pretty good off of Bloodbraid. The only counters you can really play are Cryptics, so I think we probably... I think 2 is a good number. We might go higher. Something like Glenelendra might end up being main decked as well. But Bloodbraid makes it so you can't play the counter spells, but Bloodbraiding into a Tarmogoyf is still gas only. But Jund has access to the 2. I think Jund is probably still going to be the best Bloodbraid deck in a vacuum. That being said, I think Temur Bloodbraid is very good against Jund. Being able to Bloodbraid into an Ancestral Vision is a pretty hard counter to a deck that's trying to 1-for-1 you. So yeah, I'm interested. I think that's where the format's going to end up. I think Jund and Blue are going to be very good. What are we missing? Yeah, I think Jund. Sorry. I think Jund is going to shoot up there for sure, but I don't think... I think every blue deck is going to try to play Jace for a while. I don't think Jace fits in every possible blue deck, at least main deck. Sideboard, sure, you might as well. Jace is just too good of a card. But I think any deck that's playing red-green can... Bloodbraid is going to be very good in those lists. Bloodbraid in any zoo list. Bloodbraid in an aggressive list. Bloodbraid is great. There's so many decks Bloodbraid just slots into. Jace is a little different, though it is intrinsically more powerful. It's exciting time for Modern. Tomorrow we're gonna play probably Bloodbraid and Jace. I don't have 4 Jaces because they're very expensive, but I do have a few that I got before they shot up too high. But yeah, if you're interested in playing this deck post Jace, I would keep 2 Cryptics and get 2 Jaces. Jace isn't phenomenal. We kind of have the Bring to Lights as well. I think if you wanted to play 4 Jaces or a lot of Jaces in this deck, you could, but you'd probably go down on Bring to Lights because Brainstorming is almost as good as Tutoring. A continual Brainstorm is almost as good as Tutoring. It's not as good, let's say, if a Bring to Light just wins the game, but in any other situation, you probably want to have a Jace. Having access to Jace is great, but I don't think this deck changes too much with Jace. Anyways, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have this lovely day. Hope you had a lovely video. I don't know. Maybe yes, no. And yeah, this is the last day that Magic Online doesn't have Jace and Bloodbraid. So go out, enjoy it. Tomorrow is a whole new ball game. It's going to be very different, especially for a while. I think I'm expecting all my videos to be playing against either Bloodbraid or Jace. So hope you don't get too sick of that. It'll calm down eventually after there's a tournament and other decks do well, but it's a whole new ball game now in Modern, and I'm excited to see where it's off to. Anyways, that's Andrew signing off for Tier Fun. I'll see you around. All right, bye guys. Bye.